Arapahoe Basin goes green with snowmaking powered by the sun. Phil Lindeman, Krystal, 93 News. First, we've got totals from the first legit snowfall of season. Loveland got 5 inches, Keystone 7, and A-Basin 7. Vail saw 8. Winter Park is the winner, though, at 9 inches. We are still waiting for an opening day announcement. On his blog, A-Basin executive Alan Henseroth writes, the next couple days will be very, very, very good snowmaking weather. By Friday morning, the basin will be a very different looking place. In-town totals range from a dusting to several inches, and roads will be icy tonight with near-zero temps. Snowmakers are likely working overtime through the weekend, and that includes A-Basin, where sustainability manager Mike Nathan has big news.
20% of our energy now comes from a solar farm out in eastern Colorado. That 20% accounts for all of our snowmaking.
A-Basin is the only local ski area with 100% solar-powered snowmaking, part of an aggressive climate action plan calling for zero net emissions by 2025. Also new this year is recycling for wasteful items like candy wrappers and composting for on-mountain dining. Vail Resorts has similar goals with zero net emissions by 2035, and High Country Conservation Center has released a county-wide climate action plan to slash greenhouse gas emissions 80% by 2050. People who work in Summit don't always live here. State data shows the majority of our full-time workforce commutes from elsewhere, and dozens of Copper Mountain employees live in Lake County, where 67% of residents leave for work.
We have great need here, and our workforce is a vital component of the ski industry in Colorado.
That was John McMurtry, director of the Lake County Community Fund. Starting this season, the resort is giving back to its neighbor down south, awarding that fund $200,000 over the next 4 years.
Copper is supporting Lake County, supporting the families here. It's just a tremendous giving back to this community, corporate partnership.
It's the largest award in the fund's 4-year history, and Copper General Manager Dustin Lyman says it came straight from the top.
It was ultimately John Cumming, the owner of Powder, who connected with the Lake County authorities and really moved the ball forward.
The cash from Copper is split between educational and environmental programs in Lake County. For nearly a decade, Colorado ski resorts welcomed amputees and their families through the Wounded Warrior Project until 2016, when the New York Times and CBS exposed alleged corruption at the nonprofit. But nonprofit expert Doug White tells a different story.
I don't have a problem with the New York Times or CBS in general, but in this particular case, they told a story that wasn't true.
White is former director of the nonprofit management program at Columbia University. He learned of the Wounded Warrior fiasco when a volunteer asked him to investigate, and at first, he was skeptical.
I thought that although this was pretty scandalous, there was probably a lot of truth to the stories.
White learned CBS relied on misleading data from Charity Navigator, falsely reporting the nonprofit spent $3 million on a Colorado Springs conference when it really spent a third of that.
Charity Navigator willfully ignores very important accounting principles that have their guidelines written by the IRS and the accounting profession.
Then there was the CBS executive who also sat on the Wounded Warrior board.
Now, they'll deny that. They'll say, hey, he's not part of the news division, so he's on the other side of this great big line. But I can't believe that that's true, given the way this story unfolded.
You can learn more about this case and how allegations lost the nonprofit $600 million in just 2 years with White's new book, Wounded Charity. Find it online. Get yourself a free couch, recliner, coffee table, or bed frame tomorrow at Mountain Comfort Furnishings in Frisco. It's the debut of Free Furniture Friday. Stop by the store from noon to 4:30 p.m. for new or gently used furniture. Items are for pickup only with no holds. Other than that, no strings attached. That's noon tomorrow at Mountain Comfort in Frisco. Local fire danger is down to moderate today, still with Stage 1 restrictions. Fires remain banned in the backcountry. In sports, the Avalanche play the Bruins tonight at 7 p.m. The Nuggets continue preseason play against the Clippers at 8:30. And in local sports, brought to you by American Family Insurance, the Weiss Agency, Summit High boys soccer plays rifle at home today, and girls volleyball is in Edwards for Battle Mountain. Phil Lindeman, Krystal, 93 News.